For years, we have been obsessed with the idea of setting goals to attain our desired outcomes in life. Goal-setting advocates suggest that for goals to be effective, they must be both challenging and SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. But, do these goals really work? Leading business schools research has found that goals frequently have a negative rather than a positive impact. Not only do they fail to deliver results, but they can also inflict significant harm on organizations and individuals who rely on them. Goal-setting programs can have harmful side effects such as an increase in unethical behavior, overemphasis on specific areas at the expense of others, distorted risk preferences, erosion of organizational culture, and decreased intrinsic motivation. In this video, we will discuss the 11 reasons why goal setting is problematic. 1. People engage in unethical behaviors. When employees solely focus on achieving a goal, cheating increases when failure has negative consequences. One example is the Wells Fargo account scandal that unfolded in 2016. Reports surfaced that Wells Fargo staff had created countless unauthorized bank and credit card accounts to achieve the company's ambitious sales targets and goals. Employees faced immense pressure to achieve these goals, which led to unethical practices such as creating fake email addresses, phony PINs, and transferring funds between accounts without customer consent. This scandal shows how setting unrealistic goals without proper oversight can encourage employees to engage in fraud to meet those targets. 2. Goals restrict your happiness. It is a common misconception to think that happiness is only attainable once we have accomplished our goals. When we adopt this mindset, we always anticipate that the next significant event or acquisition will bring us joy. Achieving our desired end state requires enduring numerous failures along the way. We will exist in a failure state for a long time until we reach that goal. Also, goals can make us feel like it is all or nothing. Either we reach the goal and feel great, or we don't and feel disappointed. The big moment we have been waiting for is not as satisfying as we thought. We feel unsatisfied and are starting with a new goal all over again. 3. Failure leads to unforeseen psychological effects. One significant issue with stretch goals is the potential for not achieving the desired outcome. This lack of goal attainment can decrease satisfaction, as individuals may feel disappointed or frustrated with the results. These satisfaction declines can profoundly impact how people perceive themselves and significantly affect their future behavior. Individuals may question their ability to concentrate effectively and even doubt their intelligence. These decreases in self-efficacy, compromise task engagement, commitment, and effort. 4. Reduced intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is the inner drive to engage in an activity because it is personally rewarding or satisfying, not because of external rewards or pressures. Overemphasis on goals can lead to a decline in the drive to do something because it is inherently interesting or enjoyable. Challenging goals can introduce pressure to achieve the desired outcome, transforming a previously enjoyable activity into a stress-inducing one. The fear of making mistakes can transform an activity that was once pursued for pleasure into something that sparks anxiety. 5. Risk avoidance. It happens because when individuals or organizations set specific, concrete goals, there is a natural inclination to opt for the safest, surest methods to reach those goals. The fear of not achieving the goal can deter individuals from taking risks or trying innovative approaches, which may increase the perceived likelihood of failure. Instead, they may stick to tried and tested methods, even if they are less efficient, or prevent exploring potentially more rewarding options. This behavior can limit opportunities for growth, innovation, and the chance of achieving outcomes beyond the set goals. 6. Goals can hinder learning. Setting difficult goals can prevent experience-based learning and worsen performance. They can lead individuals to develop a fixed mindset and fear failure, hindering learning. Additionally, too strict or specific goals can lead to a narrow focus, which prevents individuals from exploring new ideas, acquiring new skills, or adapting to changing situations. 7. Goals foster a competitive environment. In a group setting, the misalignment of individual goals with team or organizational goals can breed competition. People may become more concerned with outperforming others or receiving credit for their work, which can disrupt teamwork and collective learning. Individuals who set ambitious goals may be inclined to withhold information from their colleagues, as transparency may not align with their competitive drive to outperform others. 8. Goals conflict with long-term progress. Aiming for a particular goal can sometimes result in a back-and-forth pattern. Take runners, for example. They often train hard for months to prepare for a race. However, once they finish it, they might stop exercising because they no longer have that big event pushing them forward. It is challenging to keep up the momentum when the goal that used to motivate us is no longer there. It can happen to anyone, even in business. After reaching a significant milestone, people might slip back into old habits. So, we must ask, what keeps us driven after achieving our goal? 9. Insufficient time frame. Setting unrealistic or excessively short-term deadlines can create undue pressure and stress, compromising individuals' well-being and potentially leading to poor outcomes. An example is Microsoft's ambitious schedule for creating its operating system, Windows Vista. Windows Vista was initially planned with an aggressive timeline. Microsoft aimed to introduce many new features and improvements over its predecessor, Windows XP. This timeline proved to be too short for the scale of the undertaking. The company faced multiple issues during development, including technical glitches, security concerns, and ensuring compatibility with existing hardware and software. These issues forced Microsoft to push back the release date several times. Users and tech professionals criticized the resulting product for performance and compatibility issues, many of which stemmed from the rushed development process. The product failed to meet the company's goals in terms of both sales and customer satisfaction. In this case, the inappropriate time horizon for the development and launch of Windows Vista led to a product that failed to meet user expectations and damaged Microsoft's reputation. It is a strong example of how a poorly defined timeline can significantly impact achieving goals. 10. People narrow their focus. When goals are too specific, people can miss important things that seem unrelated to their goals because they are so focused on reaching them. It causes individuals to narrow their focus and overlook ethical considerations or potential harm. The case of the Ford Pinto, a small car that Ford produced in the 1970s, serves as an example. Ford set a specific goal to build a small, affordable car that weighed under 2,000 pounds and cost under $2,000. However, Ford made a design decision to meet these targets that compromised the vehicle's safety. The fuel tank placement made the Pinto vulnerable to rear-end collisions, resulting in an increased risk of fuel leakage and fires. Despite knowledge of this safety issue, Ford continued producing and selling the Pinto. The narrow focus on cost and weight targets overshadowed the ethical obligation to prioritize consumer safety. Winners and losers have the same goals. We often look at winners and think their big goals made them successful. We forget about all the others who had the same big goals but did not win. Think about it. Every athlete at the Olympics wants the gold medal. Every person in a job interview wants the job. But if both winners and losers have the same goals, then the goals do not make the difference between winning and losing. The practice of setting goals has been advocated as an influential instrument for motivation. However, substantial evidence demonstrates that goal setting can induce shifting risk attitudes, promote unethical behavior, and trigger the psychological costs of goal failure. These problems are important to discuss because leaders and managers will likely overvalue and overuse goals. Despite the widespread adoption of goal setting, research suggests that individuals and organizations often struggle to achieve their desired outcomes, despite their best efforts and intentions. In our society, achieving goals is a requirement for success for both an individual and an organization. If goal setting is indeed harmful, how did it manage to become such a deeply embedded and widely accepted practice? The reason is that it is easy to implement. It is easy to measure. It is easy to document successes. Research has demonstrated remarkable success at improving measured behavior. However, unmeasured outcomes such as personal growth, motivation levels, stress and anxiety, interpersonal relationships, habit formation, self-efficacy, focus, and attention are often overlooked. If goal setting is necessary, it is important to set comprehensive goals covering all critical components, including quantity and quality. To help employees achieve their goals, equip them with the necessary skills and training, and avoid using harsh punishment as a means of dealing with failure. Acceptable levels of risk should be defined. It is crucial to strike a balance between setting broad goals and making them manageable enough to be achievable within a realistic time frame. Goal setting can have limitations and drawbacks, but focusing on systems, establishing habits, and eliminating bad habits is a practical approach that can yield numerous benefits. Habits allow for continuous improvement and growth, creating a foundation for ongoing success. Individuals can trust that the results will naturally follow by committing to a system of habits that align with their desired goals. This approach removes the undue pressure of constantly evaluating progress solely based on specific goals. While goals still have their place in guiding us through success, they should be accompanied by effective habits or systems to create a comprehensive framework. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content like this. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. I always love hearing from you. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can check out my channel for various topics. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.